Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How about rapping conscious, but he ignorant? How he from the hood, but still gon' go legitimate? How he fuck a bunch of but they still respect the women? He still rolling in Sonata, he just got the window tinted. Homie stabbed me in the back, and that could never be forgiven. And my palms been itching, man, I like this.
Hello everybody, Jay here from Flyby Drones. So today my video is a little bit different than normal. My viewers, most of you know me as doing videos for travel or some different types of subjects, but today I'm going to talk about Upland. So if you're not familiar with Upland, Upland is a game based off of metaverse platform. It's basically the entire world mapped out, and they are slowly opening up cities and selling properties, digital assets. So I've been playing Upland since the beginning of 2022. January 1st actually was my New Year's resolution to find a new source of passive income for myself, something that I could make some money off of. And when I discovered Upland and started to watch other YouTube videos and learn about Upland, I really liked the concept. Own properties, and these properties give me a return on my property, which I can then buy more properties with, which I can then sell in US dollars to other players if I wish. And it's just been a really fun and interesting game for me to play and invest in. Anyways, in the last month or so, I discovered treasure hunting. I didn't treasure hunt before, but I eventually discovered treasure hunting. And now I have about 300 treasure hunts under my belt and growing. And I just wanted to share some tips. So I've watched other videos about treasure hunting, and they've been great, very informative, and definitely needed for me to be successful treasure hunting. But there's some extra tips, some other things that we can learn while treasure hunting, and I wanted to share those with you in this video. So I'm trying to make the video as quick as possible and share those important tips with you. So here we go. Let's go and talk about treasure hunting.
I wanna say something, but you are all that I see. You got dynamite, that smile's gonna be the end of me. I bet you taste like chocolate.
Well, okay.
Can I have it for
That
free?
dude was seriously excited. So I'm gonna assume here that most of you guys have skills already with treasure hunting a little bit and kind of understand the process. First thing you want to do, just go into your settings and turn off all the graphics and things, the other players that are on the board playing as well. Reason why is as you're playing the game, you will figure out that these other players can sometimes stop you from clicking on the places you want to. Something that's really important in the game is making yourself a web of properties. So this is extremely important because when you have a web of properties, you can easily send or get your player close to the treasure without spending money on sends, spending UPX on sends, and also using your sends. So when you go to a property, obviously you have to pay them a fee, an UPX fee, and you want to limit that, because the minimum payout on treasures is 120 UPX, depending on what level you're at. Another big part of the game, or another helpful tip, is to definitely have the Upland UPX Land website. I use it to find my sends. So I put my username in, I put the city that I'm in, I just click on for it to register where my sends are, and I can see my properties and how far the sends are from my properties. So once you click on that, it automatically copies it, and you can paste it right into the search, right into the platform. So it'll take you directly to your property and very close to your send. This is key. Without this, you have to search all over the map and trying to find sends. This way you can just find the sends that are very close to your property. Once you do that, you can send your player to the property and you'll be able to see your little airplanes. They all vary. This one is still out of range, so you can't actually collect the send until you're within the range. You can see there's another one close by me here. So basically I'm just going to switch properties and go to the closer property and see if I can get my explorer to go in the right direction. I think though I'm pretty close. You have to be within 50 meters, and yeah, here I'm close enough. Boom, 2 cents. So another thing I want to mention is, as long as the tail of your explorer has traveled close by the airplane, you can still click on it and gather a send. I used to believe that your player itself had to be right over top of the airplane, but that's not true. You can easily collect a send as long as you've traveled by it and the tail is still visible on the screen. So sometimes you have to resend to properties multiple times to get your player to go in the right direction. This can happen when you're trying to collect sends. So if they're a little bit too far out of your range and you're trying to get at a send, you may have to keep resending your explorer back to the property to try to get at the send. I really try to avoid clicking on properties and paying that UpX just to get a send. You can imagine using a send to get to a send and only be rewarded with 1 send. That can be very annoying and happens quite a bit. So another tip with sends is try to have your send limit to where you actually need maybe 4 or 5 sends. So what I do is I won't treasure hunt with under 3 sends. I usually use 2 sends when I'm treasure hunting, sometimes 1, sometimes none. This is where you can find how many sends you have. So currently I have 9. I could take on a few more. I found over time that if you're shy and you need like 4 or 5 sends and you actually click on an airplane, it usually will give you more than 1. But if you have already 9 or 10 sends and you click to get one, you're going to just get 1 send. Here I'm just kind of going over some of the processes here for signing into treasure hunts. I'm sure you guys already know how to do that. So I've started a hunt. This is showing me blue arrow. It's a long way from where I'm at. By the way, while I was making this video, I'm playing the game and holding the camera with the other hand. I guess I could have put my camera on a tripod, but I didn't. So here I'm just guessing, I'm just going midway on my map because I don't want to commit to going too far because I don't want to back up. I prefer to sort of hit the midway point and use, I guess, mathematics or trajectory to find out. So now I can see I'm still a long way from where I need to get to. So I'm going to make another move. So I zoom out on the map and pick another place without going too far. I have a feeling it's a lot further at this point, but I don't want to commit to going too far because then I have to back up. So I'm just going to go to this property. It's right on the edge of a neighborhood. And if I go here and I see that I still have a ways to go, I'm still good for time. I'm at the 340 mark at this point. I usually make a mental note to myself. So I like to be within very close proximity to the treasure with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So halfway through. Here I'm just going to go up to this property. I know that it's actually in another neighborhood, but I'm just going to send myself up to this property just to double check that it's not at the edge of this property. Yeah, so I pay attention to time. Once I get down to the 2:30 mark, I definitely want to make sure that I'm in the neighborhood. So right now, I'm running low on time. I'm still blue arrow. I'm probably down to the 3-minute mark. and I'm not panicking, but I'm starting to realize, okay, I need to get moving. So I'm going to move to this property here, and this is going to get me relatively close. So this, after making this move, I'm going to see, I believe here I'm going to come up with a red arrow or a blue arrow that's moving a lot faster. So you don't have to click on your property. You can click on a property that's close. You can see now I know what direction. I'm still showing a blue arrow, but it's blinking fast, so I'm getting pretty close. So this is my last property that I have in this neighborhood that's on the edge. So I'm going to move to it. And here I'll be able to see, okay, am I close? How close am I? Where do I need to go from here? So I know from here I'm going to have to start spending cents. So this is my last property. Let's have a look, see where I am. All right, I'm in the proximity, so that's good news. I'm still okay for time. You can see the property right beside me, 20 UpX. That seems to be the average in Rio, where I'm treasure hunting. Here, without overcommitting, I'm staying on the river's edge. This one's 20 UpX. So I'm going to go ahead and move to this property and then assess again. How far away am I? Where do I need to go from here? So let's have a look here, see how close I am. Yeah, I still have to get over this river. So sometimes this happens. Sometimes I'm really good and I'm able to, pick the proper distance. In this case, probably because I'm filming and trying to make the video, I sort of wasn't paying attention as much. Good move because I'm able to pick up some sends on the way. So I always try to do that. If I'm unsure exactly where I'm going, but there's an airplane close by, I will take that airplane and get myself within a range where I can read. So you can pick properties close by to actually get an idea of exactly where you're at. So I'm short there. So I know that I need to go a little bit further. So I'm not going to get a read off this property because it's too far. But I picked the right direction, made a pretty good guess, and boom, right on the treasure. So this treasure is not going to pay me out very much, but I still made 10 or 20 UpX on this one. I got the minimum, but I still made a tiny little bit. Yeah, there's that annoying guy again. Wow, he's just so happy. So really, when you're playing this game, it's really about just patience, reading the map, using sometimes triangles to calculate approximately where you are. So in this one, I'm just kind of showing you that patience sometimes pays off. I have lots of time on the clock. I know where the treasure is. It's right on this property, but my explorer is not close enough yet. I can wait it out. I have lots of time on the clock. There's no point using a send. I'm coming off of one of my properties. There's the treasure right now. And it's just really a matter of just being patient and waiting. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to sit here and wait. I've still got over 2 minutes left on the clock. And I'm just going to sit and wait. The treasure will register. There's no point using my UpX to move to that property when it will catch it, when I will come within the distance to get the treasure. So it's going to pop up here any second. So I've been down, usually if I'm trying to do this and be patient, I'll usually make a final move around 30 seconds. So if I haven't registered the treasure, I'm not going to risk it because I'm close enough. So usually I'll grab the treasure within 30 seconds. Yeah. So that's another tip. Just be patient. And if you can get your explorer to go in the right direction, then you can be patient, wait it out, and you will get that treasure. So another thing I want to show you is here. So we have what's called the riot mode. Right now, there's currently 3 players playing, very few players. So there's some people, or I've read or I've heard people say that when you're in riot mode, you can get better treasures. So this would fill up to 20 something players searching and it would be flashing a different color like orange or yellow. And if you treasure hunt during that time, you're more than likely going to find a better treasure. In my experience, I haven't found that to be true. I find the treasures very random. I've been treasure hunting with only very few players and have come across pretty decent treasures. So that being said, there's your regular classic treasure hunt. So if you do this treasure hunt, you're just yourself by yourself. If you go after the limited treasure hunt, you will be competing against the other players that are playing on the board. It's not timed, but as soon as another player finds the treasure, then it will reset. You can only find one treasure every 2 or 3 hours. So if you look back in the history, somewhere here, I found one of the last treasures. There I am, right here. So I found a pineapple. I got 181 coins from it. And there I am there. So let's go back to here. What I don't suggest is doing a limited treasure hunt when there's a lot of people playing. If there's a lot of people playing, it makes it difficult. You don't have to pay an entry fee like 50 UPIX, but you do have to pay to and use your sends to go to the properties. So if you commit and you use some sends and you're going to different properties and somebody else finds a treasure before you do, that's a waste of UPIX. You will not get that UPIX back. You've already spent it. So I recommend, unless you're really confident, so sometimes I will treasure hunt with 8 people or less. If it's like really maxed out and there's like a lot of people treasure hunting, I will not treasure hunt and just do something different. Unless it does come up and I'm really close to it, so I click on a property and the arrows are really close, then I might go for it. But if I'm really far away and there's a lot of people playing, I don't bother. The exclusive is very interesting. I did find an exclusive, today actually, but they're a little more difficult to find. The only way you can find a exclusive is by clicking on your property, and it will actually show you a hidden treasure symbol. So let's see if there's one active. Sometimes, no, there's nothing. Oh, let's go here. There you go. One hidden hint. So this means that this treasure is still active. Where it is on the board, it could be anywhere here. So you could try to send to some extreme properties to see maybe the treasure could be in an extreme place. So, if it's not cost you anything, usually it's by chance. If you just happen to be close in the area, you can sometimes find an exclusive treasure. It's pretty exciting when you do because the prizes are really good. Usually can win quite a bit of UPIX or some really good spark from it. Let's see. Yeah, no. Hidden still. So not close. But I'll sometimes, if I just have some spare time, might send to some properties that are in different places just to see if I can pick up the trail on this type of treasure. But usually I find it by chance. I'm just in the area, just happen to click on a property. Maybe I'm picking up a send or I'm hunting for another treasure, and boom, there it is. It shows up and you get the arrow. So see, still hidden. Very difficult to find. Could be anywhere on the board. So this one you find by chance. All right, so that is it. Hopefully I didn't take up too much of your time and you were able to pick up on some tips with treasure hunting. So just to go over a few things again, a good web of properties. Just be conscious of the properties that you're visiting and how much UPIX you're spending, how many sends you have, and how many sends you're spending to find the treasures. And just be patient. and it takes a little while to learn, but I find once you figure out the techniques of finding the treasures, it's pretty easy. It's not too bad. So thank you for joining me. Enjoyed having you and enjoyed making the video, and hopefully you can benefit from it, and I'll see you again in the next one. All right, take care. Bye bye for now.